let its ego dominate its decisions. A period of ignorance and neglect has had profound effects across the world, effects which can be reversed if nature is given the time to repair the damage. Remember, we only have one home.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
What would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Well, it's so amazing. As a result of our kind of educational system, crowds of students say, well, we'd like to be painters, we'd like to be poets, we'd like to be writers, but as everybody knows, you can't earn any money that way. Or another person says, well, I'd like to live an out-of-doors life and ride horses. If you say that getting the money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You'll be doing things you don't like doing in order to go on living, that is, to go on doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing than a long life spent in a miserable way. And after all, if you do really like what you're doing, it doesn't matter what it is, you can eventually turn it, you could eventually become a master of it. The only way to become a master of something is to be really with it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. But it's absolutely stupid to spend your time doing things you don't like in order to go on spending things you don't like, doing things you don't like, and to teach your children to follow in the same track. And so, therefore, it's so important to consider this question: what do I desire?
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. And like any great relationship, it just gets better and better as the years roll on. So keep looking. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Cut it off now. Wow. Do what you love. That's the inspiring video. Follow your heart. You know who those people were that were speaking?
No, who were they?
Steve Jobs and Alan Watts.
Steve Jobs. I
Yeah.
would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
He dead? Yeah, Steve Jobs is totally dead.
Anyways, with that inspiringness of loving your work, I like to think that the podcast is kind of work.
Sure.
I'm Sam.
I'm Nathan.
I'm JR.
And you're listening to Happy Earth Market Podcast.
Podcast.
Hi.
Hey.
So yeah, I don't know. Something inspiring because I've been lacking motivation and inspiration lately.
What do you think that is? I think it's just summer. Job's been killing you?
Well, yeah.
Quit.
No.
Go after it.
No, we tried that before. It didn't work. Remember? Yeah. No, I think job is just taking up too much of my time, so I'm not able to work, you know. How about you, JR? What have you been up to?
Work.
Yeah, all of us.
And jobbing too, right?
Just work.
Yeah.
Because your work is outside of job, so what is that?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to edit all this space out. You have to talk.
No, just
Go to the gym.
yeah, gym, work, gym, home, eat. Just moving. Oh, and I'm looking at picking up some land.
Oh.
Where's that? It's not Pahrump, is it?
It's Pahrump.
Are you gonna move out there?
No, well,
Oh,
it's
are you
gonna
gonna
be like my home away from home.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a second place that you're not generating any revenue off of?
Pretty much.
Huh? So what are you getting, like a little trailer?
No, I'm gonna
to go hide bodies underneath.
Ew.
No, I'm gonna slowly build a house up there.
Trump's been around for a minute,
We're
right?
just gonna dive into that one.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, why
Just gonna
not?
jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck it, dive in.
Full on head first.
Oh,
Alright.
It makes everybody passionated, so at least
Passionate.
passionated. So at least whoever's listening will be passionate about what you're talking about on either side.
If I say Trump, at
Trump.
least just me saying the word Trump, I can
Oh,
use it
yeah.
as a keyword.
Yeah, people. I'm gonna start hashtagging all our pictures Trump, and MAGA. Just all our pictures on Instagram will say that moving forward.
That's amazing. That's funny.
Trump's amazing.
Yeah.
The whole thing's funny. Like
whole thing's
every
awesome.
single day is a new scandal. Like every single morning.
It's, well, I
It's
don't
the
know.
WWF on Fox and CNN, and this today in Trump. It's
Sunday.
It's so comical. Like, this can't be a government. It just feels like that we really are watching the Republican and Democrat reality show.
Yeah.
I wish they had like True Confessions where they just put him like in the corner of the Senate hall. I do not like the way Senator Feinstein talked to me that way. I do not appreciate it. They just
I'll throw in hissy fits.
Yeah, just throw in massive hissy fits. Like it's just silliness. Because if the Democrats promote something, the Republicans won't support it, and vice versa. So like, literally nothing's getting
Yeah, it
done. It's
doesn't
just
matter.
fucking stupid.
No matter who it is.
Yeah.
But I did want to bring up Trump just for this. Can we hear this noise?
Trump, he always comes across as an alpha male. Trump, he always, I'm an alpha male, and what we do is, in the 21st century, is we tweet.
So this is Irish people read Donald Trump's
As everyone
tweets.
knows, but the haters and losers refuse to acknowledge.
I do not wear a wig.
My hair may not be perfect, but it's mine. Oh god,
That's actually kind of nice, though.
sweet.
Oh, at least he's owning it.
Might be yours, but it's definitely not head hair.
if he treated the bloody country like that,
I just want to see a well-timed gust of wind.
just blow it also.
He's admitting a fault there, so there's a slight hope for his personality.
What?
Robert Pattinson
Robert Pattinson should not take back Kristen Stewart. Okay, that's good, right? He's got a good policy there. He's right. In fairness, I'd agree with him.
She cheated on him like a dog, and will do it again. Just watch. He can do much better.
He's like a sassy gay best friend out of a 90s
See, this is our
teen
president.
Yeah.
He's the man.
And Irish
who's
people
had
are making
more
fun of his tweets.
wives
Well,
than,
It's such a weird reality we live
George.
in.
it's weird that we have a president that
Screwing with
tweets.
Robert
He's a good
Pattinson.
person.
It's odd.
Maybe he
Yeah.
wants to be with Robert Pattinson.
But not just tweets like,
cheated
hey,
on
we
him
did
like a
something. Like, he
dog.
just tweets his opinion out. Like, what are you doing,
cheat
bro?
on people, do they?
Yeah.
That looks like my
Yeah,
dog
it's strange.
playing fetch with that stranger. My dog would never cheat on me like Kristen Stewart. While Bette Midler is an extremely unattractive woman.
I refuse to say that because I always insist on being politically correct.
He's not being politically correct, but then he says he is being
He's the
politically correct.
Riddler, isn't he?
It's just a little like.
It's amazing how much he tweets.
Then saying, I wouldn't say
He
that.
tweets so
'cause I'm being
much.
politically correct.
Well,
It is kind of funny though.
I mean,
I mean,
Trump tweets. If I just like Google image it, you said before, I could just find a bunch, right?
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Because I thought that would be kind of.
Yeah, read some of his tweets.
That'd
Just
be
like,
fun.
Dude, that's
just like,
insane.
yeah.
How much he tweets. Like,
Well, like,
every thought just
every
goes
day.
right
And
to
he
his
doesn't-
fingers.
Yeah.
He
And
doesn't
think-
just tweet. He tweets out things that aren't even policy yet. He's like this week, there's no way, whatever he wrote, like I wish you could find the tweet, but he basically said that he's not letting transgender in the military. Right? This isn't a policy change. There's been no legislation. There's been nothing, but it caused a week full of stuff because everybody treated his tweet as policy.
real.
As policy, you know.
Because he's the
yeah,
president.
Yeah. You can't just fucking tweet shit. Your opinion. You're the fucking president.
But you can.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Can I
No.
find? Let me see. Donald J. Trump. That's the one.
Are you on Twitter? What are
Yeah.
you doing?
I'm reading the latest tweet,
What's
which
his-
was
what's
2
his-
hours ago. It
what's
says
his latest tweet?
United Nations resolution is the single largest economic sanctions package ever on North Korea. Over $1 billion in cost to North Korea.
Okay. I mean, that's just stating. Alright, here's some good ones, man.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah.
also 2 hours ago. He, what is it called? I wish I knew how to tweet. I have tweet. I'm on tweet right now, but I don't. So when you forward the message and it shows the person's name, is that forward? What is that called?
Retweeting.
Retweeting. He retweeted. Shut the fuck up. You talk about you not watching TV. I don't do stuff like this. It's
I don't social media.
Okay. Donald retweets Nicole. She put Trump fights for us at real Donald Trump. Trump working hard for America. It's just a meme she put up.
Yeah.
And he said, "Thanks, Nicole."
Oh, what a sweetheart.
Retweeted the meme.
Just thanking his fans. He's got a lot of fans, you know.
After many years of leaks going on in Washington,
Leaks.
That
nigga leaking.
It is great to see the AG taking action for national security. The tougher, the better.
Yeah, go Attorney General.
United Nations Security Council. This is all the same 2 hours ago. I don't know. He must have been on the toilet. The United Nations Security
staring
Council
at his toe shoes
just
on a squatty
voted.
potty. Hey. I'm just saying you and Trump got something in common. That's all I'm saying. You and Trump have squatty potty and toe shoes in common.
So the United Nations Security Council.
Do you think they ever make toe loafers? Sorry.
15-0. Yeah, they do.
Like dress-up shoes.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
They don't. Come on,
that would be awesome.
Oh, there's a new dress-up toe shoes? Those are sweet, bro. You know, I don't think they exist outside the gym, but you know they look super
Everybody's probably wondering how we got on toe shoes.
It's okay.
Nobody even knows.
They're on it with us now, too.
Yeah.
How we get on toe shoes. Come here, girl.
Under Trump, gains against ISIS have dramatically accelerated, and he basically retweeted a Washington Post article about it.
Should have researched this.
So it's almost like he'll tweet like fan or like actual facts.
Yeah.
Or I guess to his belief.
His factum.
Yeah.
He said happy birthday to the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
And then he'll say like some weird off the wall shit.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's awesome.
I feel bad that Trump knew when the Coast Guard's birthday was, but I didn't, you know. Happy birthday, Coast Guard. Keep keeping our waters safe, but you can't be in my club.
He retweeted James Woods.
Who's James Woods? What did he say?
James Woods, the actor.
Yeah.
I've never witnessed such hatred for a man who is willing to work for free to make his beloved country a better place. It is pathological.
It sounds like James Woods was trolling Trump, you know what I mean? Just trying to get some retweets. I don't even know. What has James Woods been in? I never even heard of this guy. Was he in Fast and the Furious?
Oh, here we go.
No, he was in Family Guy for a little bit.
Oh.
As James Woods.
I don't know who he is. Fuck you, James.
I can't even think of what movie.
What's he look like? He's super American. Oh, that guy? Oh, look at his headshot. Jeez.
Yeah, that guy.
James Woods, yeah. Might molest your kids, might be in a movie.
Al Gore, because of Pope Francis, I really could become a Catholic. At the right price, you'd become a pug. That's what James Woods said to Al Gore.
Ooh, get him. Get Al Gore. Everyone's mad at Al Gore because he just put out the Inconvenient Truth 2, which is talking about global warming again. And apparently Trump has a large role in the movie. So Trump's not happy about it at all. So I won't speak about it much more until after I see it. But yeah, I like the first one.
Like he's highlighted in a bad light.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He also says, excellent jobs numbers just released, and I have only just begun.
Mm-hmm.
Many job stifling regulations continue to fall. Movement back to USA.
Those are Obama
Movement
job
back
numbers.
to USA. I don't understand what that means. West Virginia was incredible last night. Crowds and enthusiasm were beyond GDP.
Let's talk about that for a second, for reals. He's still going around and having rallies like he was like he's running.
He's still running.
Like he's running, but he's won. And he's still talking about Hillary Clinton like she's still running against him. What has Hillary Clinton done since she left?
Like it matters.
She kind of fucking fell off the face of the earth, and what you won. Why are you still talking about it, dude? Like,
yeah.
Why?
And why are you still doing that?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm trying to find funny tweets, and all he does is sit here and talk about his ego and retweets people talking good about him. I mean, I just don't understand. Oh, he put a great day at the White House.
Yeah.
5 days ago. That's all it says.
Great day at the White House. I wonder if you got a blowjob from an intern in the Oval Office.
Stock market could hit all-time high again. 22,000 today was 18,000 only 6 months ago on election day. Mainstream media seldom mentions.
He's king of the backhanded tweet. You know what I mean? It's really nice, but you ruined it.
Yeah, right? They do nothing for us with North Korea. Just talk. We will no longer allow this to continue. China could easily solve this problem. I'm very disappointed in China. Our foolish past leaders have allowed them to make hundreds of billions of dollars a year in trade. Trump's awesome, though. So some of the ones on Google, I guess we should probably have just looked at those.
Yeah, that might have done it.
Yeah, probably, huh? Crooked Hillary has zero leadership ability. As Bernie Sanders says,
That's fucking nuts. I can't believe it still comes out.
Yeah. That's probably an old one. That's on Google Images.
Still comes out of his... Oh, is it?
Yeah. I wonder if we have, like... Oh, we could always read the SNL ones. Just tried watching SNL. Unwatchable. Totally biased. Not funny. And the Baldwin impersonation just can't get any worse. Sad.
He really does sound like an old grandma on Twitter. You know what I mean? How old is he?
He's like 72.
He's the oldest president we've ever had. He's over 70.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's... Oh, they have sad. I like how you can break down the Google images.
Sad. Yeah, that is nice. Yeah, I like that breakdown. Yep.
So
helps me find bigger, blacker dicks.
Why is it that the horrendous protesters who scream, curse, punch, shut down roads, doors during my rallies are never blamed by media? Sad. Carly. Oh, at Sean Hannity.
Is it capital SAD?
Of course.
It's hashtag SAD, bigot, right?
Capital SAD, all caps, exclamation point.
Is it hashtag, though, or it's not?
No. He doesn't do hashtags, man.
No,
he's the president.
I want to start saying everything sad. Like every Facebook post. Just open the refrigerator, plenty of food. Sad. Payday, sad.
At Jesus, such a loser, washes people's feet very dirty, would be nothing without daddy. Mommy wasn't a virgin, needs to be said. Sad.
Do you think he actually talks like
that's
that?
Not that's an SNL tweet?
No, that's a Donald Trump tweet.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That's so great. That's something I would tweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Maybe I am a Trump fan.
Why is it
I'm
that
all on board with that one.
Oh, I already read that. The only reason irrelevant at Glenn Beck doesn't like me is I refuse to do his failing show. Asked many times, very few listeners.
Shit.
Sad.
Shit. You should read it in an accent.
So if...
Oh.
It's almost like all he talks about is bad stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that is the sad tweet thread. You're reading that one.
That's true.
You know, but even when he tweets something good, he's like, I just saved the entire world from nuclear threat in North Korea. Mainstream media failed to report. Sad.
I'm gonna.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he's the king of the backhanded compliment against himself, or he's just always mad at somebody who doesn't care about him. You know what I mean?
Okay, so.
So you know they stopped live streaming. It's against the White House rules now to
live stream out of the White House.
Out of the daily press conference, the daily press correspondence conference.
Wow.
They can't. They used to be able. It was always live. You can't do that no more.
What?
Yeah. They don't want none of that fake news to
But
come
I really
out.
think he went those, and I forget their names, but the three press secretaries so far, and the ones that are always talking, they just look like three of the biggest white trash people you could have pulled out of a trailer park. Like, where the fuck did you get these people? And I think they
we voted for him.
No, I think what's happened is like there's no real reputable people that want to do those jobs, and then so he's stuck with the white trash.
They just have stuff open on freaking
Craigslist.
They
don't,
Oh,
not
no.
hiring.
They don't give a shit, dude.
Wow.
Oh shit, Billy Bob. You got an opening.
I could be the press correspondent for the White House.
Damn right you could.
I think you could too, boy. You
I
know a
think
lot
you'd make
about
a
the White
really
House.
good one too, as a matter of fact.
Damn it. You have to wear a suit though. You know he hates them neckties.
Oh shit. Got to wear suits? Got to wear shoes?
I like how you say "got." We were talking about that the other day, how certain people don't, they say "got" instead of "has" or "has,"
they instead of their.
and it's just like, stop it. Especially at work where you're like
Mm-hmm.
with professionals.
Professional.
and you're talking like that. It's just really off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anyway, I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
You guys want to hear the difference between Jesus and Buddha?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this joke? Go ahead.
It depends on how you take it.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said, "Do to others as you would have them do to you." Well, it's not what Jesus said. Luke said that, but whatever. Buddha didn't say this. This is the different, Anyway, Buddha's teachings is consider others as yourself. So, Christian teaching says, do to others as you would have them do to you. And Buddha's teaching says, consider others as yourself.
I thought this was a joke.
That's what I thought,
Yeah.
too.
You set us up all wrong. We said it's a joke. Well, it depends on how you take it.
I said it's all perspective, I guess. I didn't say it wasn't a joke. I didn't say it was either.
Threw me off.
Yeah, it's your fault. Not mine.
Isn't that really saying the same thing? Do
Is
unto
it?
others what you do to yourself, and then it's also saying see everybody else as a reflection of yourself,
As
basically.
yourself, yeah.
So it's kind of saying the same thing,
Treat.
isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so the other ones are, if anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer the other also.
Mm-hmm.
Buddha's teaching is, if anyone should give you a blow with his hand,
Yeah.
with a stick, or with a knife, you should abandon any desires and utter no evil words.
I don't like either of these advices.
Right.
No.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Well, they're both.
But they're saying the same thing. It's just don't
thing.
return violence with violence because it doesn't really solve anything. But God, it feels good.
Mm.
It just feels
Yeah.
good.
Christianity, or Jesus says, truly I tell you, just as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And Buddha says, if you do not tend to one another, then who is there to tend to you? Whoever would tend to me, he should tend to the sick. This is boring, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Well, you jumped from Trump to that. We didn't know where you were going.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because we went from the Trump to the Oval Waffle.
The Oval Waffle?
Oval
we went to the
Waffle.
Oval Waffle. I bet you. I bet you.
Oval Waffle.
I bet you there is an Oval Waffle in Washington, like a Waffle House called the Oval Waffle.
The Oval Waffle?
Yeah, but there's got to be, right? Like, if there's
The
not,
Oval
the
Waffle
Oval
is-
Waffle, and it looks like the Oval Office inside there, but you're eating
Yeah.
waffles. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the menus are like little pictures of the Oval Office.
Dude, somebody's doing that right now.
I hope so.
I
That
saw-
sounds fun. I want waffles.
That's such
that
a
sounds
good idea. They're gonna do.
I
They
saw-
already did that.
I saw this Facebook picture today of Lyndon B. Johnson and then JFK in the center, and then I think Nixon on the other side. It was like a puzzle,
Mhm.
right? But then they lost the piece of Kennedy's head, and he says, "I'm done with the puzzle. Oh well, still historically accurate."
Nice.
Because his head was missing.
Right.
Get it?
I get it. It's sad but funny.
That was pretty funny.
Trump really gets people upset though. I wanted people get really, really upset.
Passionated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super
So-
passionated.
It's my favorite drink.
I'm gonna read you
Passions to
something.
drink.
Orange passion.
Okay.
Orange passion.
Passion
Mm.
orange.
Orange soda's good.
Orange. Anyways.
Yeah. Do they still make Sunkist?
Yeah.
I think they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
I haven't had.
Oh,
some
you know
in
what?
a
I saw
while.
it today. So yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
They should make it organic. I might drink it.
Me too.
Anyway. No, and so I call people who support Trump fans.
Fans, yeah. Because they're more like fans than
Yeah.
supporters.
Well, they were fans when he was on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
You're fired.
So this lady's super diehard Trump fan, right? And
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
a friend of mine on Facebook
Mhm.
only because she's a friend of my mom's, and you know how Facebook works. It's weird. Anyway.
So you were actually friends with her on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
or okay?
Yeah. She's always tagging me in Trump stuff, like all the time.
Yeah.
To try and like, she's not trying to change my mind. She's just trying to explain herself to me, and I don't know why. It's weird.
Oh.
But when she puts stuff on my wall and she tags me in them,
Mhm.
I respond.
I wonder because we'll get there in a second, but she gets very upset.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering what her
As they all do.
I just wonder what her expectations are, because she's putting this on your wall and she's tagging you. Does she expect you to have an epiphany after you read this stuff, or is she actually expecting you to formulate an opinion? I just wonder what she wants.
I don't know, but I get the impression that she wants to like justify
Her. Like
no
what
what
she-
Trump is doing. No, because she's always posting like these Fox articles about
So she's like
what
an
Trump
apologist. Is that what she is?
No.
She's a Trump apologist.
No. On the
I see how
contrary.
you get that. No,
On
she's
the
not a Trump
contrary.
apologist. I think what she's trying to say is to Sam is not look at all this great
All the
things
great
he's doing.
things he's
Why aren't
doing.
you supporting him? He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. But then
Well,
I always point out, well, yeah, it's great on the surface, but look behind. And behind is where all the truth is, and that's where all the money flow is, and that's where all the corruption is.
Right.
And they don't want to. She doesn't want to hear it. None of them want to hear it.
Like one of the really
She
good.
just wants to take it as
one of the really
face
good.
value.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what Fox is showing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the really good threads was, talking about that Trump doesn't take a salary, right? And that he donated his salary to a bunch of charities. But then when you read further into it, it's like,
Well, it's not charities. He donated his first quarter salary to the National Forest. Oh shit!
you don't have to look it up. And then you just
And Trump donates $100,000 his second quarterly salary to the education fund, or the education department.
right.
Well, that's good then.
Well, yeah, because the president makes $400,000 a year. That's the salary that they get. So his
Right.
first 100 went
Grand.
to
The education department.
no, the National Forest
Right.
Service,
Which
and then
he's defunded.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he defunded it completely, and then 13% cuts in education funds for the Congress to play with now too. But he donated $100,000 to him, so,
so
I
it makes
guess
ing look
it's
like
all right.
he looks like a really good guy, but he's
Yeah.
taking
But
on.
really,
yeah.
it's
But
like it's like putting pennies against $100 bills. You know, it's ridiculous.
it's like paying to fight bums.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you gave him money, but you also punched him in the face. So you don't get to win any karma points off what you're doing with your salary.
Yeah, and it was a science camp too that he sent that the money went
Science.
to. So and STEM is, from what I understand, reading on it, which is the camp. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's for kids that are well off. They, no poor,
they're already
poor
rich
kids
enough?
aren't going there.
Right.
Yeah, no. Poor
No,
kids
right.
don't go there.
Trump is not donating to poor people. Like he would donate money to build a golf course in a rich neighborhood and be like, I did shit for charity.
Yeah, no, and it's just ridiculous. His first quarter went to the National Park Service, and they've got $1.1 trillion cut.
Trillion with the T? That's a number?
I think I'm gonna say yeah.
No, I believe you. I just anytime somebody says a trillion, I just think about how much money that is.
That is a ton
It's
of money.
so
I
much
mean, a
money.
billion.
Well, 'cause
a
there's
lot.
Maybe it's not trillion.
It really,
nice.
yeah.
Maybe it's not trillion, but I know it's a lot of money. You're right. It's not trillion.
Yeah,
They don't
okay.
even get that much money. But I do know
I wish
that
they would.
they were
Yeah, 'cause
getting
trillion
they
is
were
our deficit, isn't it? Or we're getting there.
Our deficit's in the trillions.
trillions. Yeah. I don't know how. Well, once it
Okay.
gets past billions, who cares?
Right, exactly.
Impossible to fucking pay off.
Fucking cares.
$1 billion is just unfathomable amount of money.
It's really gross.
I know how rich I feel in the little salary I get every week. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm a baller. I can't imagine having that kind of money, dude. Like, what could you do?
Seriously.
Dude, I wouldn't even know what the fuck to do. Like, what?
Well, I mean, you don't need to know what to do. When you have that much money, you don't need to do
know it. Yeah,
anything.
you
You
just,
don't.
Yeah, I guess I'll do this
sucks.
today.
You just do whatever you want.
You think it would suck?
That does sound boring.
If you got to do it whatever you wanted all day, every day, because you had enough money to do so, I wondered what you would actually do.
Well, would it be more? I don't know. I would crave the strife.
Would you?
I would.
Or would you create a strive, like, because I know me, if I had that kind of money, I would create a strive towards a goal that was helping humanity.
No, not strive. Strife. Like
Right.
like something that hurts.
Hardship, yeah.
Yeah. So, like a weight.
Hmm.
I would like that.
Well, you could
What?
just buy more toe shoes and, work out harder.
So we brought up toes a minute ago. Maybe you should explain what the toe shoe thing is going on.
JR bought some of them toe shoes that fit over your toes for working out in, and he posted them on the Facebooks, and Samantha asked him to wear them to this podcast.
So I could
So
laugh at
here I
them
am.
in person.
And he did.
Yeah.
And I did
And
laugh
she
at him
did.
in person.
But you know what sucks is he pulls them off. Like
Mhm.
I couldn't wear those unironically. I couldn't wear
You
those.
could.
No, there's no
I
way.
think you
I
could.
cannot
You
wear
should.
those and
Get
it
some-
not
I
be a
totally
joke.
think you
bro.
could. They won't fit his fucked up toe.
Yeah. Oh, and now you're saying I got a fucked up
Well,
toe.
you
I
do.
do have a toe
I'm
that's like
sorry,
3
it's
inches longer
true.
than my big toe, but that's not your problem.
It's not. I'm
You know?
sorry. I brought it up.
Do
I
you have the
forgot.
cliffhanger?
Well, I do go to a support group for it because it's embarrassing. It's a support group for people who have 2 feet or too gnarly to wear flip flops.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah. Sorry, babe.
But I rock flip flops. I don't care. Through that support group, I've gained
That's why I
such
think you could-
such confidence
I
in
wonder
my
how
gnarly
strong your
toes.
middle toe is.
It's pretty strong, dude.
I think you
It's
could.
pretty strong.
You could pull them off. I think.
Yeah, maybe. Sam kicked me in the face the other night. Like, whack.
You'd have been proud of me, Jr. I did. I didn't mean to hit him in the face as hard as I did, though.
You're trying to see how high you can kick
He
your
was trying to see
No, I
how
said,
high I could
I said,
kick
go ahead,
him.
kick me in the face. I bet you can't do it.
I had nothing to do
I
with
bet
it.
you can't do it.
Well, Nathan, fucking yoga.
Yeah, I didn't think that till I was getting kicked in the face.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Oh, she's always working those legs.
Yay.
Did you take it in the cheek or the head?
It's like the side.
Oh, yeah, I was beside of my cheek.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got
I
slapped with the toe.
put no. See, but she can kick that high, but she has no control over it. She's not like fucking practicing kicking. So I put my hand out, So hey, kick me in the hand that's near my face. Well, her little foot hit my hand, but then also hit my face.
Yes. Hell
Yeah, and that happened.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, we got a fist bump.
You got a fist.
At least I know if a rapist was chasing her in a parking lot that she could yoga kick him in the face. Yoga kick.
They'd have a hard time like spreading my legs too. I think.
Oh yeah, you got some strong legs, lady.
Yeah, they'd have a hard time spreading them.
I give up.
Yeah, I give up. You're just too.
I give up.
Strong. Your thighs are too strong.
I had an aunt. I had an aunt when I was young.
I'm gonna go rape somebody else.
My aunt tells us serious as shit.
Rape is not
me and my 2 cousins and my brother and my sister sitting around, and she goes, "You know what I would fucking do if I got raped? Someone trying to rape me?" And we're like, I don't even know where it came from. Like, I don't know. What would you do? And she's like, I would kneel down like I was gonna suck his dick, and I'd bite it off.
Well,
I was like 8 years old. Oh God.
Yeah, that's what you would do.
Scared me from raping chicks, though.
I mean, is a rapist really
You would
gonna
think, right? That's what you
gonna
would
be
do. Yeah.
trusting of
the
rape victim to
No.
like suck his dick anyway?
No, and the rapists don't want anything consensual. That's part of the thing.
Right.
Yeah, they're not into consensual sex. That's for suckers.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 11% cut, by the way, for the Forest Service.
11% cut for the Forest Service.
Yeah.
We got shirts. Have you seen our shirts?
No.
They have the picture of Smokey the Bear, and then it has this seal, and there's all these fires, and it says, "Only you can prevent forest fires." And then the bottom says, "No, seriously, only you. We've been defunded."
It's not funny, but it's sad. It's
That's
funny.
a good shirt.
It's a really good shirt.
It is. It spreads awareness.
It does.
Yeah, because people are like, "What do you
Where
mean?"
can I get that?
Well, the shirt,
I wanna buy
you
that
know the
shirt.
shirt that like all the. We'll
I
get you the
think
link. We'll put the link up after this too.
Yeah. Okay. Let me write that down.
Put link up after show for Forestry Service.
It wasn't Reforest Service.
It was a Forrest Gump service. Anyhow,
Was it a Bubba Gump shirt?
My favorite shirt that you have, though, and that gets the most attention, the one that says "Unfuck the World."
Mhm.
We get compliments from everybody from that shirt.
Mhm.
Little kids, grandmas.
Yeah.
Little kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a
actually,
wide
I've had-
variety.
That's amazing.
I've
Where do
had-
I get that shirt?
You
Definitely
have to volunteer.
At the Unfuck the World event.
Yeah, there's an Unfuck the World event, and you have to volunteer and help feed homeless people or do some kind of awesome act for civilization and Earth. Well, it's not really for Earth. It's mostly civilization. I forgot I was gonna look up.
But yeah, back to
shit.
that Trump fan. Why don't you read a little bit of that Facebook post? That
Okay, so she went off. And this one wasn't tagged to me. So here's the thing too: when you get tagged by people and they put shit on your wall, they end up showing up in your newsfeed.
Yeah, so you're
a
friend.
lot.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even friends with this lady.
Like,
I barely
personally.
know her. I
Yeah.
mean,
Have you ever met her face to face?
yeah, once.
Oh, did you guys make out?
Maybe a little. I don't know.
I was drunk.
Anyways, She was a Trump fan, so probably not.
Yeah, Tim Miller laugh.
She just yelled MAGA and
But
just
so she
started
puts up
kissing you.
this. She puts up this thing that says, "Gee, just saw the Catherine Masto on the news. She looks tired and like crap. Not to mention, I had to laugh with her comment about all the fruit and vegetables not getting picked without the immigrants. First off, they are not immigrants.
They are not.
If they are here on work visas, they will still get picked. Quit lying or putting your liberal spin on the truth. If they need help, there are thousands of healthy people on welfare. Let them help harvest food for their tables and stop giving them everything."
Yeah, because welfare people got the baller money.
Rant over for now, right?
So talk about welfare people. I literally witnessed this argument at the store today. I went to the store to buy whiskey and ginger ale, and I'm in the whiskey and ginger ale aisle. Right?
Whoa, they have a whole aisle just for whiskey
Can
and
just wait
ginger
until
ale?
after I tell
Oh,
the story?
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me finish this. Sorry, I ruined your joke.
We're
Tell
going
it
on a
again.
bit.
I know, but
It was related to people on welfare. Because never mind. Go ahead.
I responded after a bunch of her awesome Trump fan friends said, yeah, I agree, whatever.
Get them welfare fuckers.
I said, great idea. How do you implement that?
Troll one.
Yeah, that's troll number one. The poor folks would have to be relocated to farm towns. Might be a hard sell unless you enforced it somehow.
So you're basically, the argument you're also making is that the majority of welfare recipients are not in farm communities.
Yeah.
They're in...
Obviously, the word relocate to farm towns implies that we'd have to move them to where these immigrants are. Right?
And those farm town people do not want
And I
those
know how
fucking...
expensive moves are. They're not cheap.
Heck no.
Might be a hard sell unless you enforce it somehow. Laughing out loud.
Maybe we could bus them out there to do it.
I said, could be a good excuse for another enforcement department to be created, though, and government loves that shit. Money, money, money. Wages would have to be adjusted appropriately, too, and I imagine once the white people start working the fields, the unions would get called in, which would likely increase food prices for all. I don't think immigrants are taking all our jobs, but computers are. Look at the things automated now. We lose more jobs to technology than we ever did to humans, a.k.a. Mexicans.
Because that's what I mean. You never hear anybody complain.
Of Mexicans.
Also known as Mexican.
You never hear anybody complaining about Canadian.
No.
Lettuce pickers.
She responds, "Not talking about poor fucks, as you say. I'm talking about these lazy asses on welfare." Laughing out loud.
Lazy asses on welfare. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You think she was literally laughing out loud when she said that? I wish she was. Like, do her voice, but be laughing out loud. Like, that's what I'd like to hear.
I'm not doing that.
Jokey?
No. This woman's serious.
No, she's 72.
Hardcore Trump fan.
She's one of those.
Yeah, you're never changing her mind on them fucking immigrants.
Yeah, she goes, "Yes, I agree. A lot of jobs have been lost due to computers. Time to learn a new trade. I did back when I was 54 years old." And I said, yeah.
She had to fucking type instead of using a fucking pen.
Right.
What's that? With the feather? A quill? Yeah.
Shut up.
Pull in. Build that joke. Yeah.
Yay.
It's a nice house.
But it's in Henderson.
Not even the same. Anyway. I respond, I say yes, but remember, those lazy asses on welfare. Welfare.
That was pretty good.
That is good.
Those lazy asses on welfare are the same poor folks.
Does she actually talk about that too?
I don't remember, man. I only met her once.
She seems to know you quite well.
Yeah, she does. She thinks I'm a liberal. I don't think you can get them unlazy unless by force. What do you think? What would motivate someone who's been in the system for generations to break out of it? Since she didn't want to answer my first question, I'll ask a second one, and I'll even ask it on the very last sentence. That way it stay there. It's the first thing she remembers.
So that first stinger goes back in.
What would motivate someone who has been in the system for generations to break out of it? Samantha French, give them a to-do date by October 1st, 2017.
This year, motherfucker. We're doing this right now. A month and a half.
Wait, that was her response?
Uh-huh. She tagged me, Samantha French.
And now hold on 1 second. When somebody tags you, the condensation is they're like saying your name, right? Like Samantha, like your mom saying your whole name, right? So I'm just
Oh, you think of it like that?
Don't you? When somebody in an argument like this on Facebook tags you, they're like saying Samantha French.
Well,
listen.
maybe it's because like how old she is.
I thought that too.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, it's so she doesn't know that she's even tagging. She's just writing
she
this
knows
person's
she's
name.
tagging.
She probably doesn't even know why to turn black. I don't get it. The light turn to black. I don't get it.
Yeah, she can't see blue, so
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
black.
yeah, that's true.
You guys are terrible.
Maybe I can't see blue.
Anyway, give them a due date by
She doesn't
October
see
1st,
color.
2017. You will no longer qualify for welfare. We will pay for you to go to a trade school. After that, you're on your own. Trust me. They get hungry enough, they'll go to work.
They get hungry enough, they'll work.
Why should we support them when they're as able to work as us? I'm 69 and have to work to make ends meet.
Sorry, I said 79 earlier.
What
Sorry.
makes them any better?
Oh, I thought she was 70. That would make it so much better.
69 is still old, dude.
It's old, fuck. That's old. So I reply, I go, so, you're free education to these people. That's fucking rad. That sounds very not conservative. What do they do for food, housing, and medical while they learn their trade, though? Who's going to hire them, and why should they do, and how do you enforce it?
Yeah.
Samantha French, I would rather pay for their trade school. Yeah, she tagged me again. I'm not talking about going to medical school or law school here. I'm talking about teaching them to fish so they can support themselves, Samantha. It's all caps.
Teaching them to fish.
That's why I was doing that.
No, if it's in all caps, you should do it that way.
If they know a trade, why wouldn't someone hire them? Sorry, but I thought you were smarter than this, but I guess I was wrong.
Wow.
I'm done trying to show you common
D-U-N.
sense here. I'm done.
Is that in all caps too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm done. Topic is closed, period. So I just replied with the sad face because I can't comment anymore. That's when she blocked me.
Mm-hmm.
So I comment with the sad face like, oh, that sucks. You couldn't answer my question. I really wanted you to answer the fucking question, you fucking crazy lady. But she responds to my sad face. If they don't want to go to trade school and support themselves, then let them flip burgers, pick fruit, vegetables, cotton, whatever. But trust me, if they get hungry enough, they will.
Yeah, they'll also, if they get hungry enough, they'll also be in your house.
I would really, yeah.
Just saying.
Just saying. Just saying.
I would really like to see the cost,
White lady who's
cost
69.
analysis on sending everybody that's on welfare to a trade school. Simultaneously, you have to make sure, you can't just say, okay, well, now you're going to trade school. Good luck having a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see the cost analysis.
How
on
much
how much would it be beneficial? And what would the projections be of those people actually going out there and getting that trade? And how would you, my other big question is, so how would you get people into trade school and then equalize it enough that you didn't overflood the job market with one trade?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just because they have a trade, that now they're, let's say they become mechanics, well, said city can only support so many mechanics. So I'm just curious. Like, I would like to see that actually
You have to have
analyzed.
job creation, which means you have to have...
Well, the one good thing that's going on in America right now is job creation.
You have to have
it's going
manufacturing
crazy.
jobs.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And
manufacturing jobs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I would just like to see a true analysis on that, because it's a good argument. What if we could get people off welfare?
I think it's a great idea.
By putting them in a trade school. Like, that would be fucking amazing, because it gives people pride in their communities and all those things. And yeah, but I would just like to see how much that would actually cost, you know, and then I would like to see how much it actually worked.
Right.
You know. So what happens when those people get all these trades and then say, fuck it, I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, what are we really creating? I would like to know.
Well, it would, I don't know. I thought the question, it was a great idea. I like the trade school
it's a great
idea,
idea.
but the questions I had are pretty logical. Like,
I
you know,
thought so
there's a
too.
lot of
There's a lot of logistical problems with that.
logistics to it that it's a lot of money
And
involved in that. I mean, you can't just fucking do it. It sounds great in theory, but it's not realistic.
So then, are you just getting rid of the welfare system and food stamp system in general? I mean, this is still.
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
We're still supposed to say this is the greatest country in the world. So are we, as the greatest country in the world, are we not going to provide a parachute for our citizens when that industry they work in, or when they lose their job? And, you know, I just don't understand.
Yeah. It's a fine line too, though, because, you know, you can't sit there and expect government to support people, and people can't expect government to support them. You know.
Well, you can't, right?
Under certain circumstances, sure, for temporary use, which is what it's for, but
Yeah.
for those generations of people that have been in the cycle for generations.
I am part of one of those families.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you broke out of it, and most of you guys did, and that's awesome.
Well, I wouldn't say it because nobody of my like brother, sister, dad, mom, like those weren't the people in welfare, but my grandparents were.
Right.
And a bunch of their kids were, but my dad worked forever. I'm just saying that it is a cycle that people get fucking stuck in, you know. And sitting around is fun, you know. Being lazy, if you can do it.
Sure.
People seem to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Humans are humans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a lot of people too that are in those. There's a lot of problems with that because there's addiction involved.
Mm-hmm.
There's felonies involved.
Lots of things.
There's a lot of mental health. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of.
Mental health is the biggest one.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of problems involved in this. Not to mention broken households where there's not.
Again, that falls back to the mental
right,
health.
Right.
Broken households always.
Well, then you're also talking about poverty. You're talking about generations and generations of people who don't have an education, had babies when they were babies.
Yeah.
You know, and then the way that the example they were showing was once you have a baby, you go get your check.
Yeah.
That's just the way. Well, you better go get your check then.
Right. And the more the more kids they have, the more money they get.
Right. It's just a cycle.
It's
You know what I mean?
Product of the environment. You see monkey do.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
Right.
So how do you change the environment?
Right.
That's the real thing. Like how do you change the environment to where all colors of poor Americans are to see a way out because as a kid and poor. You know, there was a time I thought for sure I'd be stapling furniture for the rest of my life or working construction. Like shitty construction, not good money construction. You know what I mean? Like
maybe it's not even possible though because we are talking about mental illness and a lot of those people they're very comfortable with that lifestyle and that situation that they're in.
The devil you know.
So,
you know,
if there's no motivation to do better or strive to be, in an upper class than where you're at, then how do you break that cycle of being in the system if that's what you just want to do?
Because I know they talk about rich people hating on the poor a lot. Like that's something that's talked about. Like oh, there's me, whatever. But the other thing that does happen even more is poor people hating on the rich. You know what I mean? Like I remember especially when I was young and being super poor, and I was so fucking mad at anybody who had anything and willing to hurt them. So
you and I both.
You know what I'm saying? Like so as you don't want to leave. Those are your people. You don't want to leave your hood,
right?
For lack of a better word,
right?
So a lot of places really encourage not succeeding in what you'd see as typical American success, because then you're a sellout or you just.
What do you mean, like what?
Like they don't encourage. Oh, what's up, college boy? When somebody's trying to get out and do their thing, you know what I mean? They didn't just start fucking hammering nails. What's up? Well, you think you're better than us? I know that shit goes on because I've seen it happen.
It happened to me.
My friends and family getting out.
Really?
Oh, what's up, college boy? Oh, you think you're fucking better than us? It's happened to me. You know what I mean?
You go back to your old neighborhood and you're like, hey, what's up, guys? And you're like,
yeah, oh,
shunned.
Yeah, exactly. That literally has happened to me. Happened to me in my own family. My own cousin saying, well, not everybody can go to fucking in the military and get a bunch of training and go to school. Well, fucking
yeah, you can.
Yes, they can. Absolutely. What are you talking about?
Just go to the fucking recruiter office, bro.
They'll let just about anybody in there, especially the Army, but it was just such hate. That's coming from such a hateful place.
Yeah.
Right.
We grew up
an
together.
envious place.
We grew up together. We knew each other our whole
for
life.
sure is an envious place.
Our whole life. The only thing we wanted was to be able to go to the store and buy food. Like, that wasn't a fucking... And now I can do that all the time, whatever food I want. You're fucking being a dick to me?
Right.
Like, you should be happy for me. I don't understand. But fuck them.
Really, though.
It does happen, dude. It's,
I mean, you can try as much, as you can. People are people. Humans are humans. Humans are lazy. A lot of humans are lazy.
And they will hate on you for
it is.
Well, other coworkers will hate on you for your hard work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Big time. Like, you'll just be busting your ass and your nose to the grind, and they're like, well, who do you fucking think you are? You know what I mean? Well, you're only being that way because you're not doing anything.
Right.
I'm sorry. Get out of my way.
Right.
I'm here. Somebody's paying me to be here. I'm going to work till I go home. Right. Oh, you have to work late? I'm sorry. That's not my problem. I don't have to because I did all my work in the 8 hours I was given.
Yeah.
Yeah, welfare, man.
Holy
That chick's
shit.
crazy though. There's a bunch of other threads though. Do you have any more of them? That's good stuff
She's
to talk
funny.
about. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Can you read just some stuff off her wall?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wait, you can still see her page?
She didn't.
If you log out.
She didn't unfriend her. She just blocked her from commenting.
Yeah, I can still.
So can you still tag her?
I can still like her stuff and share her stuff.
Because there's a thing, if you can say everybody can. There's a thing you click it in the privacy thing. Everybody can comment, but or everybody can see this, but.
Right.
I should do that for one of my cousins.
Why, did it get on your nerves or something?
No, it's just that like during a certain time of the day, he's like super drunk, so he'll post like stupid jokes and they're not funny. There's some that they're okay, they're good, but most of them are like.
Let me ask you a question about Facebook. We're having basically a Facebook competition.
I hate being on Facebook.
Conversation. Yeah, she's like, just get me off here. Back
Please,
to talking. Thank
yeah.
God.
So you're trying to find a fucking funny thing that she's writing down.
When or what type of person? When did it become okay, or is it just okay and I'm just an asshole to just put your business out on the street on? Because I was raised never put your family business on the street, and motherfuckers are like. Oh, Melissa was raped last night and shit. Like they're just putting. I'm using that as an extreme case. I'm just people put.
Jesus Christ, I haven't seen that.
People put all their fucking family business out on Facebook, and I don't know when it became okay to put your business out on the street like that, especially family business.
The internet.
Is it really? Do you think
people think there's nobody in front of them, so it's a place for them to vent. And when they speak and no one's looking back at them, they're not looking into someone's eyes as they're having the conversation. They can say whatever the fuck they want. So it's like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever the fuck you want, and whoever sees it sees it. Maybe they just don't fucking care. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah,
well, you're putting your family business out
too.
there, and then you're basically asking for a bunch of unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? You're putting it out there, and then people are just gonna be like, "Well, hey, why don't you go ahead and do this about it or do that about it?" Well, I really don't want to hear that from you.
Right.
I really don't give a fuck. And since when do I have to care about so many people's problems too? You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I do when everybody like does something like that. Like I'll just troll them.
Yeah.
But
well,
then it gets tiresome because then they take it seriously.
I trolled.
Yeah.
I trolled my cousin.
When you start toying with your emotions, that's just not nice.
I trolled my cousin all the way to a block and I not talk for 3 years.
Oh.
And I literally wasn't even trying. The straw that broke the camel's back, because my cousin has this beautiful, nice house, and I'm proud of her. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Yeah. And she was telling me something that her mom had said, like, hey, I guess, because she was complaining about the size of the house and how long it takes her to clean it and stuff like that. Yeah. And my aunt's like, well, you shouldn't have bought the biggest fucking one. You know what I mean? And so she really took offense to that. And so, I don't know, and I even put... She was complaining about something about her house, like the window's not working or something stupid. And I just put in quotation marks, well, you shouldn't have bought the biggest fucking one. I was literally trying to fucking just make fun of her mom. Like, I wasn't even... And she comes at me on fucking messengers, like, you know what, I fucking work hard, and I'm this, and I'm that. And I'm like, no shit. Like, I was just kidding. She's like, you're a fucking asshole and all this. And I go, you know what, fine, then fuck you. And she goes, that's it? And I go, good, that's it. And literally, I did talk to her fucking 3 years to my uncle's funeral. And she comes up, she's like, I'm sorry, I was just, I go, cool. I'll unblock you on Facebook, I guess. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. Like, you didn't give me a call about this. Right. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
I guess, wow. 3 years?
Oh, yeah.
Facebook is funny, though, because it's like people, they take it as real. It's
like real conversations. And it's their interpretation, too.
It's so weird.
Well, because it's text, right? I don't have to talk to you. There's no inflection.
Exactly.
Inflection. I like that.
What was I going to say? Oh, and what I also hate is when people are like, you'll see them, and I've had this happen to me a few times, especially with older people, and be like, yeah, it went okay. I'm like, what went okay? Oh, I've been posting about the surgery I'm about to have. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh,
Facebook.
Dude, that
got
happens to me, too.
Got you. Sorry, because I literally have a Facebook memory of about 3 posts, dude. So.
Me too. Dude,
or just a social media. Like, it's just.
You guys are funny.
It's social media. It comes and goes. If you call me, like, man, I'm really fucking hurt, and I gotta go to fucking surgery. I'm scared. Like, like unless it's real serious, like you might have got a like from me.
Right.
You know.
That's funny.
But I know, like, I'm not gonna be the guy, and you can do this, and God bless you, need all the support you can get. But if I get cancer, I guarantee there won't be too many Facebook posts about it. There just won't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than if I have to take chemo, I might take a picture of me taking chemo and be like, fuck yeah. But
You'll never know. Nobody will know that you have cancer.
yeah, I'm not telling them. Yeah, I'm just going to take
Nobody's
pictures.
ever going to know if I do either.
Yeah.
I'll never go to the doctor, so I'll never know if I have cancer. You're
Yeah,
right.
I think it'll be more like if you do decide to tell people,
Yeah.
it'll be like last minute, right before you die.
Yo.
Hey, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
My final words. I have cancer.
Why? Hey, you know what? That's a really cool point.
He's so good.
Awesome.
Why do I want to fucking bother people who don't call me anyways?
Right.
Call me once a week, like, hey, how you feeling?
Right.
Good. I will fuck you.
And isn't that unfortunate?
Yeah.
Really, that.
How you feeling, bitch? I'm dying.
How you
the
feeling?
Most people only like.
Can you bring me some
are
more
there
acid?
for each other when they need to be, though. You know, it's not like always all the time just hanging out.
We
and
talked about
being
that
there.
a lot, man. People get. That's why you start a family day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, that's why we have
Yeah.
it every Sunday. If you're a part of our extended family, friends and blood,
Yeah.
stop by here. This door's gonna be open for you. We're gonna cook, and we don't ask anything from you but other than you to come over here and have a good time.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, it's important. It's fun too. Family days.
Dude, family
Everybody
is the
should
best.
have a family day, and I've posted it on Facebook. Happy Family Day, just because it's Family Day. It's on Sunday too. It happens
I
to be
know
on
other
Sunday.
families have started Family Day because of us.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Because
we know
of
the
you.
same people.
Yeah.
Dork.
I know.
We
I
know.
forgot.
You guys are dorks.
I forgot.
Get a room.
Shut up.
Married podcast.
And the odd guy out is.
How many other podcasts
JR.
are there?
There's quite a few. There's a lot of comedian couples that have their own podcasts.
Comedian couples.
Comedian couples, yeah. Like there's a couple, like my wife knows everything, and a couple. You know
We
what
could
I mean?
totally do that. That would be funny too.
A couples podcast. We're doing that now. They all have a sound guy just like this. It literally is set up just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's the guy who doesn't say very much and
Uh-huh.
works the boards, and then the two people talking is how it works.
Yeah.
Because we're the talent. We can't be bothered with the boards.
Trolling.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'm not gonna bite either.
Jay, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm not trolling anybody. I'm just telling you how it works.
No way.
If I was trolling anybody, it would have been JR, because I said that he's just working the boards and that's it.
I am.
Okay. You guys want to talk about an Earth thing? Something earthy?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's like all green and stuff.
You guys know about the Larsen C iceberg break off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Antarctic thing. It's
The size of
Texas or some shit.
It's not that big. It's
New York.
It's the size of Vermont.
Whatever. It's a big iceberg.
Did any flat earthers like freak out about it?
I don't know.
The wall is falling.
I told you so. That's
I
proof
wonder if they
right
are.
there.
That's
What's
funny.
proof?
Wall. Oh my God, it's falling.
What's proof? That's proof. That's proof right there. What is?
All
That
the
is.
the water's gonna drain out.
How could anything break off of a circle?
It doesn't make sense.
Oh,
So,
God.
as of earlier this week, since an iceberg 4 times the size of London broke
Damn.
free earlier this month, scientists have continued to track its progress using satellites. Their observations show that Larsen C story might not be over yet.
Oh,
shit. Dun, dun, dun.
Because dinosaurs emerged from the iceberg?
Fucking
No,
mammoth
the
comes
largest.
That'd be nuts, right?
That would be.
I can't even do it.
Dude, that would be really cool. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be awesome.
Or even Voltron.
Five lions. Oh God.
Okay. No, they think that smaller icebergs have formed from it.
Oh, for sure. Just like a
Yeah, like baby icebergs.
Duh.
It's
Like 11 of
multiplying.
them.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it just broke off in a perfect
yeah,
sheet. And
but sort of, kind of like that, because the bottom of it is
Yeah.
it's just as deep as it is
Oh, yeah,
long,
yeah.
pretty much, and so when those pieces break off and they flip up over the water, then they turn into
And
as
more.
big as the thing that broke off was.
Yeah.
So they're saying there's 11 smaller icebergs.
that are like the size of New York City.
Yeah, they're humongous.
Here comes that tiny iceberg, the size of New York City.
Yeah.
But they're saying I was like, my concern was, well, it's going to flow into Europe. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it can't. There's the way.
It's a long distance.
It's not even a long distance. It's the way the currents are. It's going
it
to
goes in a
stay in that area, like, probably forever. But
It's probably
No, it's gonna go up because this isn't the first one to break off.
Yeah, just
it's gonna catch a current and then just
it goes
spin.
up. It goes up north.
Yeah, but it's not gonna come anywhere near any people.
It might.
Maybe.
Unless there was a
There's
race
a
of
boat
people.
there.
Wouldn't that be fun? That thing broke off and there's a race of people in there. Like those are the kind of things that would make me really happy.
Or
Yeah.
in canoes.
No, just a race of people in there. We're going, oh shit. Hi.
Yeah.
We were just down here. And they got chisels. Like, oh, it wasn't global warming. You guys broke it with an axe.
Stupid.
Those gnomes, those 2-foot gnomes.
Yeah, exactly. like a race of actual garden gnomes.
Only they're like real beings.
Yeah, just a race of like all the
I
garden
wonder
gnomes.
how gnomes talk.
Like there's a
They
race
have
of
high-pitched voices.
There's a group of them.
Oh, I love it. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
What?
I can isolate that and do as many times as I want.
you can.
So you might as well do it again.
I know.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. What were you saying?
I don't know.
Oh.
Wait.
Did you know blue-eyed humans have a single common ancestor?
Well, yeah, black guy like everybody else.
Just one black. So
They've tracked down genetic mutation which took place 6 to 10,000 years ago. It's a genetic mutation.
Yeah, blue eyes are a genetic mutation.
And is the cause of eye color.
Huh?
Yeah.
Cool.
So all eye colors
So originally we all had brown eyes.
Yeah.
Oh.
But a genetic mutation affected the OCA2 gene in our chromosomes, resulting in the creation of a switch, which literally turned off the ability to produce brown eyes.
I wonder why it did that. I mean, literally, why did it do that? Because they were probably in a cold area, and fair eyes are better for the cold. So
mutation,
it just mutated or evolved to be better.
Gene codes for the so-called P protein, which is involved in the production of melanin, the pigment that gives color to your hair, eyes, and skin. The switch, which is located in the gene adjacent to the OCA2.
That's a lot of information.
Yeah, it does not have return the gene entirely.
That's a lot of sciencey shit.
Its action reducing production of melanin in the iris.
Jesus did it.
Human beings would be without melanin in their eyes and color.
And the Lord said, blue eyes.
So
it's a condition known as albinoism.
Oh. Was that single gene
you're an albino too.
Traced back to white?
He's a Jewish and an albino. Wow, I'm learning so much about you.
You're so racist.
No,
you're
I'm not.
Jewish.
You're albino.
You're
Jew.
a Jewish and an albino.
An albino Jew.
No, you have some Jewish
That's
blood
so
in
weird.
you, and you know your genetic mutation is albino.
No, it's funner.
You're a Jew.
It's funner to call your labels for what they are.
An albino.
You're labeled, man. I love that you have all these labels.
Jew-bino.
That'd be a rap name. Jew-bino in the place to be. Give me the Michael Rock the whole party.
Brown-eyed people are smarter than blue-eyed people.
Now you're making this up.
From this, we can conclude that all blue-eyed individuals are linked to the same ancestor. They have all inherited the same switch at exactly the same spot in their DNA.
Superiority.
No way.
That's what it says.
No, you're making that part up.
I just read it.
Brown-eyed people are smarter
I'm
than
on
blue-eyed
Science
people.
Daily.
So some guy.
So clearly this article was written by brown-eyed scientists.
Not clearly.
Also FYI.
Some guy.
Also FYI.
Just banged a bunch of brown girls.
Also FYI, brown-eyed people are smarter.
Oh, God.
Science facts then.
The Professor Eiberg did it, and his team examined and compared the eye color of blue-eyed individuals in countries.
Jew-hating, blue-eyed-hating
as diverse
asshole.
as Jordan. They tested people in Jordan, Denmark, and Turkey. And his findings are the latest in a decade of genetic research.
He tested uneducated ghetto neighborhoods to see if the blue-eyed people were less smart. I guess they're not. LOL, you can't even pass this test. Brown-eyed people win again. Talk about skewing the votes, buddy.
I was just kidding about the smart thing.
I know.
Okay. I know you know, but some people might not. You know.
Who's got the board to it?
Who's more conceited, though? Blue-eyed or brown-eyed people? That's what I like to know. Like, who's more full of themselves? I bet you it's blue-eyed
people. For
sure.
Yeah,
you know why? It's got
brown-eyed people are very earthy.
Yeah. I've never seen a brown-eyed.
Awesome.
I've never seen a brown-eyed.
I got blue eyes, bro. Bang me. That's I'm
a mutant. Albino.
I've never seen a brown-eyed person in
Rawr.
a grocery store line and been told they had pretty eyes. But you see it with blue-eyed people all the time.
That's true.
You do. You do.
So obviously we're more conceited. Like we look at people expecting a compliment.
Yeah, you do.
Did you see the eyes?
You open your eyes.
Hello.
You open your eyes a little bit bigger.
Hello.
They're pretty. We get it. Buy the fucking Gatorade and get out of here.
I'm looking at you.
Jesus fucking Christ! These blue-eyed assholes always coming in here. Their superiority complex.
Such a weird. Yeah.
Oh God.
God.
Well, what if Jesus was a mutation? Like those pictures are right. Like,
Which one?
Like Jesus was the first blonde-haired, blue-eyed person.
And everybody,
there's no way that's Jesus. No, really, he started the mutation.
Obviously,
Like he's the
that's
first guy.
yeah,
Everybody's linked
that's
back
the
to
first
that guy.
albino.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's how you know I'm the son of God. Our son.
He's so bright.
We're all brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
We're all brothers.
Yeah,
and
Jesus
sisters.
couldn't even go to the store. You have pretty eyes. You have pretty eyes. You have pretty eyes. He had to send his disciple in there for him. Couldn't even get through the line.
Oh, my cheeks are hurting.
Poor Jesus. You know, first all the compliments, then the cross.
Maybe brown-eyed people got jealous of his.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, dude. Just kidding.
We gotta kill this mutation. That guy's clearly the son of God.
His fucking pretty eyes.
Taking all the
We gotta
chicks.
Take him out.
Every chick named Mary.
Put him on
just
Pontius Pilate.
I wrote that down. So I asked Nathan to, and Dennis actually.
Yeah.
Dennis is a friend of ours, for those who don't know, to be a stand-up comedian for my job's 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
It's next month.
Yeah,
Oh. You got some ratting.
we need you to come up with a clean 20. Hammer it out. You got 30 days. And you haven't been to open mic in like, you've been to 2 in your whole life.
By the way,
Go practice.
it's not a paid gig either,
Yeah.
so thanks.
You're gonna burn.
So
You're gonna eat a hot plate of shit.
you're not too busy. You're not too busy between work and all your charity obligations.
So good luck.
We also want you to come up with a clean 20 and have it well rehearsed for this. Now you can get me good and drunk and I'll host the party. Now that'll be funny.
Whatever.
Should get both of them to host the party.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll just do a bunch of costume changes for no reason.
That'd be great.
I'll just
I
run
think
it out.
I think it would be funny
Costume
just to have something happening, some kind of acting
Okay.
things happening.
If that's what you want, then
Yeah.
I'll get a couple of friends of mine, and we'll just go to the party, and then we'll randomly go to the bathroom and just change our clothes, and come back and sit down.
Voodoo people.
Like nothing.
Just sit down. No, it would be us, but just new clothing. But like really, like
How many times are you gonna do this?
when it's appropriate. Who knows? I'll bring 20 outfits. I may only need 5. So we're gonna have to go shopping.
What kind of outfits are you gonna wear?
Well, like
They have to be
like,
flashy.
I'll do like
Dude, savers.
yeah, I'll do like a golf suit.
Yes.
I'll definitely have to dress
Look
like
for something all polyester.
like the annoying cousin
Plaid.
on National Lampoon's Vacation, Christmas Vacation. I already have the white platform shoes for that. I have to incorporate an afro at some point.
Snake
Like-
skin pants. You got
This could happen.
We could buy you, yeah.
And it's got to be like super tight.
Yep.
We could buy some yoga pants for you
And-
that
and
look like
wear-
snakeskin.
I mean, you dress like a Hell's Angel.
Yeah, and then wear like a loose like necklace or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So you gotta always bend down and pick it up.
Yep. Perfect. I'll staple some chest hair to my chest.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
it's gonna be amazing.
Just
I think.
just random
I
outfits.
really hope you do
Must
this.
happen.
I'm ending it all in jeans and in a t-shirt and flip-flops and shorts, so it's like I'm leave comfortable. You know what I mean? The problem will be with all of this is you got to do it. You can't bring any attention to yourself. You have to act like there's nothing's going
That
on.
nothing's different.
That's
or
a tough
out
gig.
of the normal.
That's a tough gig.
Dude,
Yeah.
that'll be amazing.
You could just pretend to be one of the clients.
Maybe we could put a false wall up.
You could
like-
totally pretend to be one of
one
our
of the clients.
customers.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
And then we could put a false wall up, and me and Gary will pretend to get in an argument, and I'll throw him through it.
Wait, who's Gary?
Gary's one
Gary's
of
the
the bosses.
VP.
He's the VP. Like, you know what, man? Fuck you! And I'll just push Gary through this false wall.
He's the nicest man too. He's a Mormon and he's so fucking nice. to everybody. He's such a nice businessman.
Dude, he's gonna have to get a back protector.
Oh,
I have a back protector.
Maybe we
have
could,
harnesses. We can use Big Joe. Maybe
I got it.
the
I got it. I
forklift
got it.
and
I got
swing
it. I got it. Here's your entertainment. I won't be there.
I hate your idea.
I won't
already.
Be there. And you guys are chowing down. Happy 10-year anniversary. And then me and my friends all storm in ski masks and fake guns. Everybody on the ground! Everybody on the ground!
Happy
What
10 year, goodbye.
What if somebody's concealing?
That would be dangerous.
That would be very dangerous.
Risk you taking Nevada for a prank like that.
This is true. Actually, in all the YouTube videos.
oh, you know what? Well, we'll get fashion police. Like, you know, it still says police, so at first you're fucking... and then we'll just wheel in a fucking rack of clothing. All right, everybody, it's time for your makeover.
Kicking the doors. All right, everybody down.
Everyone on the fucking ground. This is the fashion police.
It's the fashion police.
So they're scared for a second, but it's just the fashion police.
Sure.
Those are Nerf guns.
Sure.
We're just brainstorming.
I like where
here.
this is going. I'm writing it down.
We're just brainstorming.
Yeah,
here.
I like the clothing rack. Maybe it would be fun to have one of those for like the people at the party to if they want to put on a jacket that's sparkly, they can. Mm-hmm. They're at a 10-year party. Have you ever been to a company 10-year party that had costumes available?
No.
Might be fun.
Yeah. Yes. You can put a photo booth in that doesn't take pictures.
It's just a mirror.
Yeah. It's a selfie.
It's a selfie booth.
Selfie
booth.
Now blink twice.
Selfie
Committed
booth.
to memory.
We'll call it the selfie booth.
Selfie booth.
I could probably buy a selfie stick on Craigslist.
I feel like you got a business right here. Selfie booth. Like.
I'm writing this down, man. This is
I think I'm just
stuff.
gonna fucking build a box and go down to Fremont. Selfie booth. $5, fucker.
I know you got his different backdrops on curtains.
Yeah, yeah. On curtains.
So, dude, literally,
Do you like Egypt?
It's funny to talk about that, but do you remember about 2 months before you were able to post pictures to Facebook?
Yeah.
We had the great idea of being able to...
Oh, we sure did.
We were going to go downtown. We were going to start a business to go downtown, take your picture, and quickly.
Well, yeah,
you can.
We were going to buy... We were going to... Yeah,
upload it to Facebook.
We were going to buy it. No, because there was no pictures on Facebook yet, so that didn't exist. And mobile uploads didn't exist yet either. Yeah. So we were going to just buy an air card or something and immediately email you your picture.
Oh,
so you'd have it. You have it already. You know what I mean? And so we weren't even getting a fucking business license. We were just headed downtown to do this, walk around on picture, you know. But then fucking social media.
Social media.
Yeah, then that happened. It was literally 2 months after our awesome idea. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't spend any money on that idea.
Can you imagine we went full born?
Dude, you would have been so late to the game.
Man, I would be so upset.
Wait, there was already super smart developers working on this?
But we could have made some money real quick. People would have paid, dude. $5 a picture. $5 per.
Tourists are fucking dumb.
You probably would have been rolling in dough for 3 months, maybe.
So what's the most violated?
Until it started catching on.
Yeah. What's the most violated you felt on Fremont Street? I'll tell you mine. There was just some dude dressed as Elvis. I was like, "Yo, let me get a picture." He doesn't fucking tell you before you take the picture that picture is $5. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be $5. What do you mean it'll be $5? Yep, $5. And then he's just holding out his hand, and you just feel like an asshole if you don't pay him. You can't just walk off.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
I felt like he would beat my ass.
He was a big Elvis.
Nobody wants to get their ass kicked by Elvis.
No.
It just doesn't look right.
That's true.
You know, it hurts your pride.
A little less drunk, a little more whack. Reaching into your pocket, babe.
Give me that $5 bill.
I hate Elvis. Ugh.
Yeah. You fucking hate it, dude. My dad likes 2 bands.
I know.
Elvis and the Beatles. He knows of other music, but my dad likes 2 bands. It's Elvis and the fucking Beatles.
Not the Beach Boys?
No, my dad likes all that music. My dad likes all that music, but if my dad was like... that would suck if my dad had to pick the music for the fucking island you were stuck on. You know what I mean?
No. Well, I don't know. It depends. If he selected the Beatles, they had so much music.
Yeah.
And
the Beatles would be okay.
But
can you imagine
for
Elvis?
a few different decades, so you had different kinds of musics happening in their albums. So I would rather have them than Elvis.
I mean, you can go through the Elvis covers fairly quickly, and then that's it.
Actually,
and it sounds the same, all of them.
And here's my dad.
Pretty much, except for his blue shit, which I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's my dad's excuse. Well, I really like his gospel stuff.
Oh, it's
no.
Negative.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, my dad.
Although he looked really cute in
my
that
dad
army
would have
picture.
been. My dad would have been the guy listening to like Chubbawamba when we were in high school. You know what I mean?
Just constantly.
Yeah, he likes pop music. That's just the way he is. He just likes pop music.
Damn, I haven't thought of them in forever. What's their song? Tub thumping?
I don't know, what was their song?
Tub stomping?
Chubbawamba.
Yeah, what was their song?
Yeah. Something whiskey drink, a drink of vodka drink.
Yeah, drink a whiskey drink. Pissing the night away.
Yeah, that one.
We can't do too much of this because I thought of Chubbawamba because of a radio show I listened to the other day.
Tub thumping?
Full disclosure.
Tub thumping.
Tub thumping.
Full disclosure. I thought of that because of a radio show doing this very same bit. So.
Oh.
Well, we can keep talking now.
We could sing it though.
Everybody knows this song.
I
get low down, but I get up again. It's never gonna bring me down. I get low down,
I get up again. Ain't nobody gonna bring me down.
I like the chick though. Yes, in the night. That's her when she's older.
There's a solar eclipse happening on August 21st.
Yes. Well, it's
That's
not going to bring us down.
Yes.
No. We can't edit this out when we have music on the background. I'm going to turn this shit off in case we fuck up. I can clap.
Yeah, you can't.
Thanks, Jerry. I already did it.
You can't edit it out. There's music playing.
No, you can't.
I heard this is probably one of the good places. Nevada's not one of the good places to see the solar eclipse. You'll see it, but
it crosses the whole U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is the first time it's actually crossing the whole entire United States, where everybody in the U.S. can see it. So
I hope it lands on Trump.
We're not going to be able to see it in Nevada. Yeah, but a lot of people are going to be able to see it all over the country, and that's neat. Good
So,
for them.
recording it.
You know, a lot of what we do in the community revolves around the Vegas tribe, and I really want to go to that stargazing thing they have in Mount Charleston.
That'd be neat.
Oh, when is that?
Yeah, it's all the time. They have
I do
the
that.
astronomy night, and all those guys bring their telescopes and all that. Dude, I want to go to it so bad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Go up there, hang out, and get high and watch some stars.
Yeah.
From real telescopes.
There's a lot.
Really good ones. I mean, our telescope's awesome, but
they have the cool.
they got the one where you're like, holy shit, you feel like you're just stepping on the moon. You're so close to it.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you can see Mars like for reals. Yeah.
With that big ass freaking.
Yeah, the telescope's like
Dude, it's huge.
It's fucking as
It's
wide
like
as your
2 feet.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 feet. Oh, I was like,
So how much do those things cost? They're pretty expensive, huh?
They are really expensive. They're no joke. They're a couple thousand.
yeah, it's that mirror.
I want one. I think I'm gonna get one. When your mom moves out, I'm getting all the stuff I want. I'm getting super
her being here
super
have
rad
anything to
podcast
do with
equipment.
that?
I don't know. Because I'm setting up a fucking podcasting room.
I know.
You know, we Happier with podcast are getting a permanent podcast room where we could set it up and put all kinds of cool posters up and soundproof it and have sex on the thing and
no,
not me and you.
Okay.
Gross. Stop talking about you guys. It's not always about you, JR. We are excited to have that space.
That's the only reason I'm excited.
It's going to be cool.
I don't care if she stays or goes, but
And
that's the cool part about her going.
And the table that we're using is actually 2 tables that are 2 desks that are going to make perfect square, basically, when you put them together.
I just got a nerd hard on.
Why?
I'm literally going to draw that room in Visio before we build it.
Okay. You should do that. Please do.
You see the look on his face.
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure he does have a heart on, too.
Visio does it for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It just does. I didn't like it at first. It was clunky, but once you learn how to use Visio. Actually, I do love it.
There's a video about the eclipse if you want to hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. What's up with the eclipse?
Is there no sound? It's just a video. I'm sorry.
Describe it.
Yeah, well, so the Great American Eclipse, it's going through Oregon.
Give her some echo.
And Idaho.
When?
Wyoming. It doesn't have the oh, yes, it does. My bad. 11:42 a.m.
Samantha, you're announcing this.
Okay, so 11:47, Nebraska.
11:47, Nebraska time. Try again.
Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. But you don't have to do that because you have the echo.
1:02 p.m. in Kansas, and keeps on going through Missouri, approaching Illinois at 117, rounding through Kentucky at 124, and then Tennessee and into Georgia. It cuts through North Carolina at 234.
North Carolina!
Then right into South Carolina at 239. And then off into the Atlantic it goes.
Don't miss this eclipse!
228. The Great American Eclipse.
The Great American Eclipse! Perfect. See, everybody like eclipses. That's how it's on TV. People fucking love science then. Be like, fuck yeah! Beakers!
Bunsen burners.
Best eclipse commercial ever.
That's probably my favorite science tool. Is a Bunsen burner.
The Bunsen burner?
Because it's fire.
It's just crazy if you look at the map. People should Google it. You can Google it. Google it.
What?
Yeah.
How?
I
You
don't
can
have the
see
Google
how
Ads machine.
How it like crosses. It actually goes from west to east.
What's the www dot on that?
GreatAmericanEclipse.com.
Is that www.htp dot? Or I don't understand.
A little too much W.
It's just funny because like the initial users of the internet who are now hella old, right? The initial users, they were used to typing in whole addresses, right?
You know, I
and
still
now,
do that.
And now they can't. Now
I
like,
do too.
I still type in the W.
how do
Me
I
too.
find that? I don't. I just type in the fucking word. It does the www stuff for you.
But then it opens up in Google first.
So? So less
One
typing.
more click.
Less typing. Oh.
So, we listened to the Justice show today.
Yeah.
And in the Justice show, which will be put up hopefully
Yeah,
before
right.
this show goes up.
The Justice show, actually, I promise you, will be up on... Well, it won't matter. This will be after it. This coming Monday, which is 8/7.
So, anyway, in the
not gonna hear
episode
this
we
one.
were talking about algorithms.
Mhm.
And then talking about algorithms.
Algorithms, which I literally thought that's what it meant.
You want to hear algorithms?
Oh, is there a song?
Turn it up.
Huh?
Yeah, ready?
Go.
I could be wrong about this.
Yeah, you sound pretty wrong already.
Sounds like the mic's too hot. Oh.
That's obviously
I think
not.
you were literally listening to algorithms, babe.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Here it is.
Oh, sweet. What is this?
Algorithm.
Is it a trance song?
Algorithm.
So I'm not the only person to have that idea then.
Obviously
'Cause
not.
obviously this trance DJ did too.
Apparently.
Is it gonna be like chopped up Al Gore speeches?
I don't know.
The world
Let
is
me fast
dying.
forward it. Let's see. Sounds kind of nice.
Super basic.
I would like to hear that live with that fucking solid bass line through it. That should rattle your chest.
Yeah, it's not very Al Gore-y. I thought it was going to sound better. But I think
An inconvenient truth.
Algorithm is the name of the band, perhaps?
Oh, son of a bitch.
Damn it, took fucking 2 band names from me now.
Ah, that is so freaking punny.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because I really wanted to hear
Don't-
Algorithm. I thought there was a song.
Wordplay.
Do yourself a favor, people. This is a public service announcement. Never start talking in puns, because it's not something you can stop.
No.
Once you start talking in puns, it becomes a habit and annoys
Dennis!
everyone around you.
What are you talking about? What?
I don't know what you mean, though, for reals.
No, puns are annoying.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, then butt out.
Puns.
What?
Huh?
I don't know.
You got anything else you want to talk about, Mama?
No.
Reddit.
No more?
I don't know, man. I mean,
We're at an hour and
the-
30 minutes.
the drum circle is not happening anymore.
But we did talk about the tribe a little bit. The drum circle is not happening
Yeah, let's
anymore.
do that.
And it's because of people taking advantage of a fucking really nice situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a bunch of hot chicks around here expressing themselves and dancing around the fire. Let me fall into their car and sexually harass them.
Right.
Right? Oh, well, there is a group of people who are volunteering to clean up in the morning. Let me just throw all my trash out because I don't give a fuck. And my cigarette butts in the ground. And you know what I mean? And honestly, what I thought it was, and when we found out what it was today, what I thought it was the kids that have their bonfire way off yonder. When we're having our bonfire at the dry lake bed near Boulder City in Las Vegas for people who are not from this area. when we had our bonfire, I thought they would burn their wood out too quick and just come hang out with us, and I thought it was those kids starting the problem. But it turns out it was like older men who were following these young ladies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, people close to their 40s.
Yeah, like you fucking piece of shit.
Creeps, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool. It's sad because it's sad. That experience for me was church. Like I would go there and I would just feel
You know what I think it is?
A release.
I think it's like the whole old mindset of free love, like the old 1960s stuff. Thinking, oh yeah, it's still the same. It's just like that.
Oh.
Kind of is, but they watch too many movies, I guess, and think they can just, ask for it.
Maybe.
Because it's free love.
Maybe, yeah.
Right?
That could be
like
it.
That?
Maybe that's a very real
like
possibility.
They're old people, so they
know
think it's still like that.
And I know that a lot of the people that were causing the problems, I know alcohol was a big deal. Yeah. That was brought up a lot. Okay. That they're just getting out there getting trashed on alcohol and...
I think it says it on the rules. Well, people ain't gonna follow that shit.
No, and most of the people that come to that are coming with a friend.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't even see the rules.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like, we only invited people that we knew would
respect the lifestyle, yeah.
You know,
and that's
like,
how it should be.
Yeah, because it's a sacred thing, and I treated it as my church. Like, I would go there.
And it was for a while. It was our church. Yeah.
Yeah, and, it was a great release of...
Well, when you got peed on is when church died for me.
Yeah, that happened.
I mean, the guy, you could clearly see we were laying there and he just fucking pees on the tire of the car anyways. I should have killed him. He's lucky I was in such a peaceful mood. Yeah, I did almost kill him.
You almost did, yeah.
You scared the shit out of him.
You did. You did.
I don't know if I scared him, like, as much as you scared him with your mom talk.
Speaking of mom talk, I totally fucking screamed at some golfers.
Why? What happened?
Here?
Yes. Of course here. Where else? No, so these guys were... And I've seen them do it before. They like shoot their golf balls for bunny rabbits and birds that are eating on the
green.
On the green. Well, the bunnies and stuff were on the beginners, or the ladies, they call it, the ladies' tee box. But it's the beginners' tee box, and there's a bunch of bunny rabbits and stuff like that. These guys are on the expert shooting their golf balls at the beginner box, making them bounce off the beginner box and trying to aim for the animals that are eating there. And both of them shot 2 different balls. Which is not anything any of the golfers do. Anyways, I was standing there waiting for them to come retrieve their balls. So I could have a word, and then they pulled up in their cart, giggling and shit. And I'm like, hey, there's plenty of humans around here that aim for. There's no reason to pick on these little guys out here. And the guy driving it, he's like, are you being serious? Or are you being sarcastic? And I'm like, no, I'm not being sarcastic. Stop fucking with the animals. And they both were just like super defensive, and you could tell that they were totally guilty of their actions, and they were caught. And here I am, like,
mom talk.
My mom talk in my bathing suit, all mad up there on the
you come here. What? Come here.
You know it. No matter what, I don't know a guy that if that tone came out of any woman, they're gonna listen.
Yeah.
Like, what did I do?
Fuck.
What did I do?
What the fuck did I do?
I was just partying.
Then you run through the list of shit.
I wasn't the only guy in the mosh pit. Yeah.
I totally did that to them. It was.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
They were really
But that's what you told those guys at the bonfire that night when they're like, "This is my church. You do not pee on cars." You're like, just right in their face. It was crazy.
I don't remember, but yeah, I know I was pissed because I'd pee on me. It's fucking rude. Anyway.
That's why we don't lay in the playa anymore. We don't lay on the ground anymore. Every time we go set up our camp there, we put our bedding in the car. Like we put that ain't happening again.
Yeah.
But it's so much nicer to sleep outside on the ground. They're like, I've had some amazing sleep to where if somebody came and killed her, I wouldn't know.
That's true.
I'm so out. Hey, honey, did you get some good sleep? Oh, God!
Where's your head? What is this?
It's something about the desert floor and being under the big sky.
Absolutely.
And the stars, and there's nothing interfering. There's no trees or anything above you. It's just sky, you know. It's neat.
I mean, I hope we get to experience more of those. I hope it's not dead.
Yeah.
I hope that some sort of evolution. comes about, because the circle who hosts the other drum circle.
Because that's what
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully there's some sort of new generation of that same party, just with the, like they
it's
said
gonna have to go private.
Like they said in that thread, is like radical inclusion. It has its price.
Mm-hmm.
But that was what was so cool. I mean, because involved everybody that didn't know about this stuff, and they would get exposed to it.
Right.
And it's fucked up that they put their negative shit into something that's positive.
Something,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Humans,
It's
man.
yeah, exactly.
Humans.
Again, the whole humans thing.
Why do we have to be so fucked up?
But you know what? I'm not stupid either. I've gotten fucking destroyed out there.
Yeah.
But there has never been a single time.
You were never disrespectful.
No, there's never been a single time where I didn't know where you were, or at least the vicinity.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of men out there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of women out there they're having a good time.
Yep.
But I mean, like skimpily dressed and they're dancing around the fire. It's very sexual, you know what I mean, or it could be. So I'm always watching you because go have fun, but I'm definitely gonna know where you are in case something goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Just have to. That's my job.
I guess.
It's the warrior mentality.
Yeah, I'm not.
I will fucking shoot.
I'm not one to look at compared to those girls when we go out there.
Don't
I
care.
don't dress like they do.
That doesn't mean, I understand, but that doesn't mean that some asshole is gonna see you as he'll just grab you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that I never experienced anything like that out there.
No.
And it sucks that some of the sisters did. That's unfortunate because that's some bullshit.
The only thing, maybe I don't know.
You.
Well, we were talking about it while you were walking, doing your thing.
Get a beer.
I was thinking it was kind of like the whole, because they watch too much movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're 40 years old, so they're not old, but they're older.
I'm 40.
Old gay. But anyway, I think they watch too much movies where they think, it's like, they're part of the old hippie culture.
But
and
it's free love. Even free love is consensual.
Right. But that's not what they show in the movies. In the movies, they think, it's a bunch of orgies. And
you just get to grab some girl by the hand. She'd be willing to fuck.
And that's what I think it is.
Yeah,
because they're dressed like that, they want that. You know what I mean?
I could see that, but you know what's funny is that you're right. Those girls are dressed like really hot belly dancers, right? They dance around the fire.
But that's what they're doing.
But what I'm saying is that I never felt a sex. It's the vibe to me wasn't like a stripper vibe. It wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't that they're out there wanting to please a dude. They were communicating with the fire and with Earth. And why would you interrupt that?
And it was an individual art.
Yeah, I guess, right.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
expression that they were each doing themselves individually. So
But
being in a space like that, that's open and in a safe environment with people that you can love and trust and know that love and trust you, and you can truly be authentic and be your weird self, however strange that is now ruined because some people came in and destroyed it. That's what happened.
And then they talked about
they got exposed by some fucking fuckface that was like kind of setting on the fence.
Yeah.
About maybe he's part hippie, part partier.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There goes the party. I'll invite my party guys. Hey, what are you doing this
some
weekend?
hipster
Oh, man, I'm
partying, bro.
Yeah, I'm doing this
some hipster raver thing.
Some hippie shit. And they're like, oh, hippie shit. Oh, let me check it out. Where's it at? Oh, it's in the dark at night. Far out. Oh, it's like camping. No. It's.
And then the pervert's brain's like, this is the opportunity of your lifetime.
And then invites his friends that are more even worse. And
right.
That's how it fucking goes.
Yep.
And it is alcohol, and it is a mentality that doesn't belong out there, and it is a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand it because I've said it before, and I've talked to lots of men. Like, I don't understand rape.
Right.
I don't, because sex with whatever sex I've ever wanted to have has always wanted to be consensual.
Because it makes it fun.
Yeah.
When it's consensual.
When somebody pushes back, it's better.
Yeah.
It doesn't not. Okay, I don't think you said that right. Okay. Mom's she overheard and she's like, "That's not right. You said that wrong." I was over listening and you said that wrong.
I think we turned this into a really good show at the end here. This last hour has been amazing.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Start off rocky. See, it's because we haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, so let me bring that up. So we're talking about doing 2 shows a month now instead of just 1.
Okay.
And the reason we're talking about it, too, because we want to do one of these shows where it's us just shooting the shit and doing an update on Happy Earth Market, because we're really going to get moving after the summer. We've just been a bunch of lazy fucks.
Well, it's like you were alluding to that. I mean, the whole summer makes people lazy.
Yep. And so after the summer's over, we're going to push forward. So we want to do an interview. We want to do an interview, and we want to do one show like this that's a Happy Earth Market update and just some fun.
Pretty much what happened.
And I'm still
Can you see
rambling.
my tan? You're not rambling. We're just...
So that's what we're going to do, goddammit. Since I scheduled it anyways. Since the owner never scheduled it. I'll just do it.
It's your entrepreneurship. The podcast is yours. Stop it. God, act like it's mine.
Stop it. Well, we love you. Love and light out there.
Yeah, love and light, everybody. Thanks for listening and for sharing. If you ever share, that's awesome and appreciated.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, stay true to earth, man. Try and be the change and live consciously. Think of others. Be kind. Love yourself. And always remember to check your Facebook status at least 5 times a day. Because it's super important to check Facebook.
That's hard from that side.
Fucking meet your fingers.
Dude.
Awful selfie. Awful selfie.
All right, selfies are awesome. All right, love you guys.
Selfie Booth. It's the name of my new band. It's the name of my new band, Selfie Booth.
Here's Al Gore celebrating. Here you go.
Oh.
Celebration.
Yeah. Yo, Al Gore, can you turn up the bass on that thing?
Cool. Sure.
Number 10, Ebola. The Simpsons family predicted the March 2014 Ebola outbreak that has now gone down as the largest outbreak of Ebola in the history of West Africa. Well, in a 1997 episode of The Simpsons, Marge holds up a book for her audience, hinting at the outbreak, entitled Curious George and the Ebola Virus. Also, at the same time, Bart, her son, frantically points to a picture representing him in bed and dying from Ebola. Who would have believed The Simpsons would have predicted the biggest Ebola outbreak to hit mankind? Number 9, 9/11. Okay, we all remember 9/11, September 11th, 2001, when Islamic extremist groups associated with Al-Qaeda allegedly hijacked 4 airliners and carried out suicide attacks in the United States. 2 of the planes were flown into the towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. A 3rd plane hit the Pentagon just outside Washington, D.C., and the 4th plane crashed in a field in Pennsylvania. Well, in an episode of The Simpsons entitled New York City Against Homer, The Simpsons might have known about this tragic event before it was going to happen. Lisa, Bart's sister, can be seen reading a magazine in the episode, showing a bold number 9, alongside 2 buildings symbolizing the number 11, right on the front page. Number 8. Stealing grease. Grease is used in a variety of industries, mainly the food business. In an episode of The Simpsons that was aired in 1998, entitled Lard of the Dance, the father and son duo, Homer and Bart, enter the Springfield cafeteria in search of grease to help them in the grease-selling business. Oddly enough, over 10 years later in 2011, there was reports of more than $3,000 worth of used grease being stolen from Bobby Tesler's St. Louis Wings Co. in Rock Hill, Missouri. The reason for this is that the used oil can be converted very easily into yellow grease, a commodity used to make biodiesel. It could just be a coincidence that 13 years beforehand, The Simpsons knew this was going to happen. But then again, we'll never know. Number 7. Batman and Robin. Many of us know who Batman is, but did you know The Simpsons actually predicted a unique part of the script that would later be used in the famous movie Batman and Robin? Well, in an episode titled Last Exit to Springfield, the episode opens with the McBain movie clip where he says, "Ice to meet you." Now, I'm not sure if you noticed this, but this exact same famous line was later on used by Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze character in the 1997 movie Batman and Robin. How did The Simpsons manage to make this prediction? It may not have been a prediction, but instead inspiration. Number 6. The Lemon Tree. This might be far-fetched, but what are the odds that The Simpsons would have predicted someone stealing a lemon tree? Come on now, who would do such a thing? Well, in 1995, during an episode of The Simpsons titled Lemons of Troy, kids from Shelbyville were accused of stealing a prized lemon tree from Springfield that carried great sentimental value for the long-standing community. However, it wasn't long after that in 2013 when in Houston a bizarre theft in the Oak Forest neighborhood happened, and it left neighbors scratching their heads. Well, yeah, you guessed it. Someone stole a lemon tree from that community as well. Number 5. Farmville. If you have a Facebook account, you've probably played, seen, or gotten countless annoying notifications from friends for Farmville before, no doubt. This farming game lets players cultivate their farms by plowing, planting, and even caring for their farm animals like cows and chickens. Well, The Simpsons predicted this game craze in a 1998 episode called Bart Carney, where it showed viewers a game called Yard Work Simulator. This same game could have fueled the Facebook game craze we know today as Farmville, which was the top game by daily active users on Facebook between August 2009 and December 2010. Number 4. Wrecking Ball. Okay, this prediction might be a shocker and a little far-fetched, but The Simpsons never cease to amaze us with their jaw-dropping predictions. In a 1994 episode of The Simpsons, Homer actually predicted and may have inspired the American singer Miley Cyrus's hit entitled Wrecking Ball, which received numerous favorable reviews from music critics and listeners. Amazingly, Homer had predicted this #1 US Billboard Hot 100 single many years beforehand. It held the #1 position on the music chart for many weeks. Can you believe the single sold more than 3 million copies in the United States alone? Number 3. GMO food. Approximately 17 years ago, The Simpsons suffered from mutated tomatoes due to a nuclear plant. Interestingly enough, in 2013, Japan found themselves also with the exact same problem from the Fukushima disaster 2 years earlier. When a disaster from Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant found its way into the vegetable food chain, it caused bizarre deformities and lumps in tomatoes. How coincidental, The Simpsons predicted this so many years ahead. What made this even more interesting is that both instances involved tomatoes and many other foods. But then again, don't get me wrong, if you're watching this video, you most likely have eaten GMO foods also. Go ahead, just look up Monsanto. Number 2. Horse meat. In a 1994 episode of The Simpsons, an elementary school cafeteria staff member can be seen searching a metal drum of assorted horse parts, with a label on it saying more testicles, while she prepares lunch for the kids. Maybe she was in the middle of preparing a broth or a stew, but what is clear is that horse meat was being consumed. Now, all this happened before the UK's Burger King horse meat scandal back in 2013, where Burger King in fact admitted that it is possible that some of its burgers sold at the time were in fact tainted with horse meat. Number 1. Donald Trump. Now, this one is a little creepy if you ask me. Not only did The Simpsons predict Trump would run for president, but from the looks of the building in the episode, it looks very similar to the one Donald Trump was in when he went down the escalator in real life. It was the Trump Tower. Also, it shows the same waving hand motion. During this episode of The Simpsons, there are numerous other similarities also. But wait, there's more. Later on, it shows that the country fell into massive debt following his presidential term. Now, believe me when I say this, I definitely don't want this to become true. The USA's current debt situation is bad enough. They definitely don't need more.